Alright, hey there viewers. So, it's a snow day. We got a good amount of dumping of snow last night, and I got no problem getting around in the snow in my Tacoma. But anyways, they brought in all these cars so then it doesn't get snowed on and we don't have to be scraping snow off the cars to bring them in, and that way it's we don't waste our time scraping snow off of it. But other than that, I got a 1999 Honda Civic up in the air right now that I brought in last night so I can work on it this morning. And I just want to show you. Well, let's go with the customer's complaint. The customer's complaint is he has an intermittent check engine light coming on, but I scanned it for codes and there's no codes. He does have a intermittently light that comes on, which is the brake warning light. So every time I go up a hill, step on the brakes, that brake warning light on the dash comes on, and it's just due to the brake fluid being really low. And that's what that light was coming on for. And I just want to show you there's like no brakes left. There's like and also the backing plate's all rusted and stuff too. I have to push in the piston to make sure the calipers move in, but there's no brakes left. Other than that, you're basically looking for rust. You see the exhaust bolts basically non-existent, so that could break. All this oil here, it's just from the distributor O-ring that's leaking from the top all the way down here, so it's got a pretty bad leak from there. Everything around the engine here is pretty dry. There's some little residue because I just changed the oil. Other than that, there's something I also noticed. The steering rack is worn out internally in this thing. It's not the outer tie rod. Let's just say that. How you do that is I fully extend this side. That way I can grab onto the steering rack inside the bellows, and also the bellows is also broken too. So what you do is I extend the steering rack all the way out, and I just move this side up and down while putting my hand on the rack, and you can feel the rack going up and down. So it's either got a worn out bushing at the end or a worn out pinion gear. You can also try to pull this out and then try to adjust the preload on that pinion. There's a little I forgot what it's called a yoke. It's been a while. I haven't taken a steering rack apart in a while. But yeah, other than that, the things that you want to look out for is these bushings. They also break, right? What's really I put a note saying there's this plastic thing houses your brake lines, and they like to rot. And with all these older Hondas, they tend to rot inside this thing, and that's where you find your leaks for your brake lines. And you can see this is there's some questionable brake lines in here, especially there. I saw another spot. They're always hiding underneath. You have to take this all apart just to take a look underneath and see how the brake lines. But just looking at that and see how bad that is a cause for concern, because you can lose all your brakes. These bushings back here, they also like to break, and then this thing just hits wherever it wants because the bushing's broken. Right, it's looking looks okay, but you can kind of tell it's starting to separate over there. Same thing over here. There's like this one's also already gonna break or starting to break, and then checking the rear brakes. The rear brakes are like one mil in the rear, but it's just more safety concern is the brake lines in this thing. If you're also checking your brakes, you might as well pull these boots back to see if they're leaking, right? But it's rare that I see Honda wheel cylinders leak. I don't think these have ever been changed. They look the same on both sides. No leaks. You see the lines? Yeah, they look the same on both sides. So I doubt they've ever been changed. This thing only has 160,000 kilometers on it. Giant door dent here, and this is what I'm talking about. It leaks from this here on top. So if I can just get a good angle here, it leaks from below the distributor, and it leaks all over the top of the transmission, and then it leaks all the way down to the bottom, and looks like you might have a rear main seal leak, but no, it's just this O-ring here in the distributor. The things you might want to look at is these hoses, especially hoses last for a pretty long time. But yeah, you usually squeeze them, you can feel them. There's like a little soft spot or something that's split internally, and it's most likely the time to change it. I used to have a 92 Honda Civic hatchback, and the rear one of these lines blew, and then yeah, I had to replace one of those. And I was out of nowhere, but duct tape is your best friend. You just wrap it around with duct tape, fill it with water, and then get it to where you need to go, and you're all good. So yeah, anyways, 1999 Honda Civic. Might be any oil inside the spark plug tubes? Nope. Nope. Yeah, just saw a little bit of oil around this area, so I thought maybe there's some oil here, but it's probably from this grommet. These, you know, these old grommets, they tend to dry up and get hard and they leak. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be here today because we got a ton of snow. Let me show you. Yeah, there's a ton of snow. That's how much it's snowing on the barrels. Oh yeah, here's the news.
Several flights in and out of YDR have been canceled because of the storm.
Canceled because of the storm.
Triple check the flight status before heading to the terminal. Okay. The BC Ministry of Transportation confirmed the Gilmore overpass in Burnaby was hit by a helicopter being transported on a truck Monday afternoon. It's very
hit by a helicopter.
This is just the latest highway infrastructure in the Lower Mainland to be impacted by oversized vehicles. Just last week, TSD Holdings fleet of vehicles was suspended.
It's a real problem this morning.
Tunnel on January 10th. We're doing
like it was 20 inches of snow. The only thing that we're probably going to be doing today is attending to the people who wait till the last minute to put their winter tires on the day of it actually snows. So that's what we're probably most likely going to be doing. Yeah, so mounting 4 winter tires. These are, you know, Michelin across climates. I think they're pretty good tires, but at the same time, I feel like they wear out pretty quickly because, you know, I see history of when they bought the tires and then when they come in and how much tread is left. Because, you know, you always go through history and, you know, see how many kilometers they have driven on these set of tires before they reach, you know, 50% kind of thing. So and it really depends on how much you drive on these cross climates. I guess that's the downside of having all-weather tires. They're good in the snow. They're also good in, you know, in the summer. And, you know, downside is tires get worn down pretty quickly on these tires. So yeah, personally, I really like driving in the snow. It's the only thing I don't like is the other people that are on the road. You know, it only takes one person to give you a bad day. You know what I mean? Like somebody rear ends you, or somebody on the road doesn't know how to drive or doesn't have winter tires and can't get around. And that's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the snow, but yeah, I don't know. That's my personal opinion. And I just want to show you how much slop the steering has. There's no, the car's off, so there's no power steering, but this is how much slop the steering wheel has. You can hear it like clunking. But yeah, that's just the play in the steering rack. And you can hear it. All right, so customer has declined all repairs. As you can see, the brake lines are starting to rust. There's one spot that's looking pretty bad. Steering rack. I guess the cost of the repairs are more than what the car is worth. So I guess the customer has a different idea of what they want to do with the car now. But if you are looking into one of these older Civics or, you know, any older Hondas, make sure you do a good inspection. Check those brake lines for rust. It's just yeah, a very common thing. But sometimes you find a gem out there, and I'll show you one in a YouTube Shorts coming up, I guess. But yeah, anyways, I hope I can get this thing up the ramp from our shop, because this thing doesn't have the ideal tires to be driving in the snow today. But yeah, so stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.